There are certainly drivers doing more competitive times than Lance Stroll at the moment, as he gives it everything into the final chicane and out of it as well. Goes 14th, gets out of the bottom 5 for the time being. Next across the line, Carlos Sainz goes 6th fastest. That should leave him safe. Ricciardo, 8th fastest. Crossing the line next will be Nico Hülkenberg to try and get out of Q1. He does. Stroll is going to get knocked out in Q1 for the 11th successive time as Fiat goes 10th fastest. We're on board now with Antonio Giovinazzi. Gets himself out of the elimination zone, but only just. And I think his teammate Kimi Räikkönen next across the line has not replaced him in the 15 to go through. Räikkönen's out, couldn't go any faster. Perez next to try and lift himself out. Oh, and by 7/100ths of a second, Sergio Perez misses out too, and it's 2 Racing Point cars in the home Grand Prix knocked out in Q1. Lance Stroll, he's been beaten in qualifying by his teammate Sergio Perez. He lost a lot of running today though, missed completely FP3, and this is the move that made Martin Brundle exclaim, "Oh my goodness." That Sergio Perez locking up into the hairpin, that would have cost him time there, but it's 2 Racing Points out. Kimi Räikkönen out as well. The 2 Williams also out. George Russell out qualifying Robert Kubica for the 7th race in a row. Max Verstappen, a 19.6 for the first sector. That's good. It might be good enough if he can carry on that sort of a pace. Albon leads across the line. That's a crash, and it is the Haas of Kevin Magnussen. And that's going to compromise his teammate Romain Grosjean, who is the next to cross the line. And that is a big accident there for Kevin Magnussen, who lost it out of the final chicane and then slewed across the track and straight into the pit wall. And it is going to cost Max Verstappen dear as well.
I guess that's it.
Yeah. You guessed right. Magnussen in the wall.
Max Verstappen denied the chance to get into Q3 and knocked out. Well, let's just have a look here then. Takes a bit of curb. Oh. And absolutely no avoiding that whatsoever.
He'd got it all lit up. He was driving for the line, but he's hit the wall at a sort of a 20-30 degree angle that's ripped the suspension and broken the wheel, and he still kept his foot in.
PSC.
Mate, that's all luck. That's all luck.
He was on for a very good lap, mate. That was going to be a good lap.
I can't believe it. Can't believe my luck, mate.
As Grosjean was the next car to cross the line and therefore couldn't at racing pace, and Fiat, Albon and Giovinazzi also out as well. Here's Bottas's spin, and he's so fortunate to avoid the wall. Good car control.
He was clever on the brake pedal as well to lock the fronts up to make it swing back round again. But there's a healthy dose of luck as well involved in that.
Are you okay, Valtteri?
All good, all good.
Round of applause and appreciation from the fans down there. So, Hülkenberg, 5th fastest, Lando Norris, 7th fastest, Carlos Sainz pits, Valtteri Bottas there next to cross the line, and he goes only 5th fastest. Really disappointing qualifying for Valtteri Bottas. Hamilton extends his advantage in pole position and now waits for the Ferrari challenge. Here comes Charles Leclerc, goes 3rd fastest, misses the front row. His teammates on the front row, his teammates on pole. Sebastian Vettel for the 2nd time in 2 years, and for the 5th time overall, gets the standing ovation from the Ferrari fans. It's pole in Canada for Sebastian Vettel, and boy oh boy did this man need that right now.
Yes, yes, a pole position. Great, man. Yes. Woohoo!
Behind the front row and Charles Leclerc, mentioned to Daniel Ricciardo, 4th on the grid. Front row for Renault, their best qualifying for many a long time. Pierre Gasly down to 5th for Red Bull. Valtteri Bottas starts 6th for Mercedes. He really didn't have a good Q3 at all. Hulkenberg out-qualified by his teammate, starts 7th, but then Norris ahead of Sainz. Magnussen starts 10th at the moment, but we'll see if that Haas can be put together again without the need for a new chassis.